Admiral Starquest here. Welcome back to the Admirals Cup 2021. This is the semifinals. The winners of these competitions will move on to the final round, the championship. 2 will enter, but only 1 will come back. First up is campaign player killer, Kira! I love saying that. Who will be playing against the man who hails from the Order of Awesomeness, none other than the Black Templar. That's right, this should be an exciting bout. Both are very technical players, both good at macro and micro. I expect a lot of buggy warfare. I expect mechanized units on the field. I expect, on this one, probably press to the center. Although we have the Templar is moving back down and probably swing to the right for his hauling and then expand possibly to the left if it goes long enough. Looks like Kira is moving straight into the middle, but hauling from the south. And the infantry duel is afoot. Templar moving around the flanks. It's hard to tell anything right now, but Kira's getting right. His base is now expanding into hauling into the middle as well. So, now our first flamethrower squad. Templar has opted to separate one and try to clear a path. This should be interesting. Not seem to be in Kira's radar yet. Alright, so we have 3 flamethrowers, 4 flamethrowers. Nice spread technique. Kira has a unit. He has a flamethrower, but a single flamethrower. Both have their airstrips up. Oh, look at that, he's going straight for the yard. Ooh. Kira's on it though. Kira's on it. There's a buggy. Halfway down. Ah, just a little too. Oh, if you could just clear that one flamethrower, maybe. Damn it. But yes, you can see. Very aggressive start. Now Templar will form up in the middle with his buggies. And we're going to get back into the technical buggy war. Alright. This is fantastic. Alright, 4 ore factories, 3 ore factories, 4 ore factories. Alright. Pretty even on production. Kira getting a slight overmatch in the middle right now. Templar regrouping. Kira will press. There's going to be a lot of back and forth, jockeying for better position, but look at that nice line. That is a beautiful line Kira makes there. Templar's got a slight advantage on the finances at the moment. Now they're just shooting off. Ooh, he slipped in a flamethrower there. Looks like Kira's getting the better of the unit to combat, but now Templar is mixing in some trikes here. This should be interesting. He's pursuing now, regrouping.
If we want to live in a different world.
Kira making a nice defensive line. Ooh, double airstrip now. Getting ready to pump into high production. We have some bikes breaking off. What are they doing? Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, 6. Possibly 6, 7 bikes.
We are going to have to
Looks like
act.
6. Alright. Now he's... Looks like he's pushing in the middle, getting ready to. Kira defensively setting up. The trikes are on the move. They're going to go for one of the airstrips. Interesting call. I might have gone more south myself. Drag those units further. Put them on a goose chase. It looks like he had to withdraw from the middle too. He will withdraw. He did get a airstrip down.
We are going to have to act.
But Kira still holds the center. There's 3.
We are going to have to act.
That guy's hitting it. He's got separated. That's not good. Nice defensive line. Kira's very calm. Templar's pushing hard. He's got infantry trying to back up here. The selling of the power plants looks like things are rolling back nicely for Kira. Really get that hollow too. Oh, unfortunate. Unfortunate. I bet Templar wishes he could have got a few breaks on this. He's got a slight overmatch. Kira's got a turret, but just rolling the defensives back. Doing a great job here. Not really giving up much. Sells the turret. Now he's got an overmatch on those straggling reinforcements. They couldn't just get in at the same time, and Templar's gonna have to pull back. Now there's a big overmatch. Yeah, that's rough. It's tough when you're in that situation. You've got to keep pressing and hope for the breakthrough. But Kira's base defense was excellent, and Templar says, that's it. That's all I can do. He's counted the numbers and ready to move on to the next round. So, first round goes to campaign player Kira. And our next match will be on Query. Spiral of Doom. Alright, kicking it off. Yards are deployed. Straight in place. No funny business here. Kira moving forward with his power plant. Templar taking the traditional south for the south. We're already seeing some slight variations. But this is going to come down who controls the choke points and is able to expand their base fast. Both are extremely good at technical proficiency with macro management as well as micromanagement as well as macro application for large unit, scale unit attacks. So this is going to be an intense game. I expect to see a lot of vehicles on the field. We might even get to see some high-tech stuff. This is a big map. Lots of money. Infantry duels afoot. Both sides spanning out. First contact mid. Those get in positions, pickets in position. Light screening. We have 3 hollows, and it looks like Kira is chasing down a little man over here. Kira has 3 hollows. So pretty traditional. The slight variation from Kira. Now we'll see. So Kira's going to go straight south. Templar does get a decent look at the edge there. Looks like both are going to work their way to the middle. Buggies are on the field. Picks off a flamethrower like that. Slight overmatch. Kira's got his... Alright, he's got his ore factory down. Templar's got his ore factory down. Kira doing some light harassment in the the middle there. Nice hold. The better of that, although that buggy's moving off. Let's see what he does. Nice guard there, but here's going to go ahead and clear that. So Templar pushes left hard and fast. Kira responds. Nice defensive position. Templar with withdrawal. Regrouping. It seems that Kira is making more progress as far as distance covered, but it's almost even. Both are in the middle. Both have got out to the middle of their right and left. Kira with looking to defend his southern Tiberium field here. Looks like Templar is trying to press with what he's got, while securing the far north. Putting it pretty good. Ooh, look at that. There's a strike force building up. Have something to counter it in the far north, but remember they're not having the mini radar, so you won't see those two dots until browse across them. But it looks like he's on it. He's attacking them. Yeah, he's going to go after those. He doesn't want those things running around. I like it. Kira pressing south. Templar doing a very nice job. Gets the better of that engagement there. Well, pressing into the center. That group's going to disintegrate, but at the same time, he charges to the left here. Meanwhile, Kira makes a hard press on the northern. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. So he defended his center point. He's now attacking the north. Let's see how he defends the south here. It's not a huge force, so it won't take too much. Let's see if he drops a barracks or he's going to take it with units. Meanwhile, Kira getting the better of the northern engagement. That Hala is definitely going to be hurting there with that fast production, so holds the south. Templar having to reform. Templar's got a distinct financial advantage, but he's having a hard time kicking them out of the north and resecuring that. Kira's got him nicely bottled there. It should be an interesting engagement. Kira's split into two small groups in the south. Withdraws the north as he is moving his base into the northern Tiberium field. So, looks like Kira is going to try to lock in that northern Tiberium field while keeping his own defense in the south. He's got them locked up on both sides. There's still that open point right there in the middle, but Templar is really trying to not allow this to get settled in there. But in the process is getting overrun on both sides. Just got ground out there. They came in staggered. Turrets are up. He's building a force up there in the north. Kira with lots of reinforcements now. He's going to strike that softer center point now. Again, slowing down production of enemy units, so nice cross coverage of some buggies with rockets. You can always withdraw back to the turret. Meanwhile, closing up the center and shutting down that spice production. Templar is trying to move his base into the south now, but it looks very unsupported. He's got a large force right above him in the middle there. He's got the northern area Tiberium field lost. He's completely on the defensive there as well. And now a third contingency force, as well as moving his base into the southern middle. Yikes. Templar says I've got to forfeit that. Oh, and he's attacking the Holling again. Slowly bleeding. This is going to be a Python-like ravelment, looks like. Templar still trying to battle back in that north and hold him, but he's just not getting the units in that Kira's getting. Now Kira's stacking up on bikes, keeping constant pressure on his soft inner middle area and slowing down production anywhere he can. Templar's got to exert a lot of... He has to completely abandon trying to take that northern field. He now has to secure his middle area to make sure he has some money coming in. Been kicked out of the middle, kicked out of the south, kicked out of the north. He's slowly getting bottled up here. This is looking bad for Templar. This might be the end of his journey. Not without a fight. We'll reattack the middle. Kira expertly maintaining control of both. Not really letting him get any solid attacks in. It's just so smooth, his defense systems. Great topology. He's basically got him. Nothing's going to get by. Kira now has his entire midsection. It would take a helicopter. Very sneaky helicopter to get through there. Big push down there in the south. Templar desperately looking for a way to break through somewhere. The doors are quickly being shut up. He's pretty much on the defensive here. Kira completely secures the southern Tiberian field now, so he has all the time in the world. Templar looks like he's pretty much looking at a last stand situation. Maybe one bonsai charge here or something. We'll see how it goes down. Kira massively outnumbering him now. Templar putting up the best defense he can at the moment. Got an oversupply of haulers and a slight slowing of drop off because of all the refineries that have gone down. So here, oh, I see a laser tower there. All right, Northfield is complete. Oh, and there we have the long range rockets. Here they come. Well, this is going to be rather devastating. Screening with his buggies and infantry. Hitting those rockets, ooh, doing their damage. Look at that. This is going to be a bloodbath. There's not a lot he can do here. Heavy hits are being taken. Those long-range rockets are just tearing up his force. Kira not taking any chances. Expertly screening his units there. South waiting for that last engagement. Now he's laying it on pretty thick. Nice defensive perimeter, but those V2s, they're just going to pick them apart. This looks pretty much over, folks. There's just nothing that can be done. Oh, what do we have here? Do we have a defector or a glitch? I don't know. The blue buggy in the mix is obviously some type of glitch there. Interesting. And that northern flank is about to be completely collapsed. What's going on with that buggy? I don't really know. Seems to have made himself right at home. Wonder if they see that or if it's just on my replay. Well, here nor there, it doesn't really matter. The outcome will be the same. It's just carnage here in the north. Templar consolidating everything now. Southbound. And he is just massively overwhelmed. And this is going to be over quick one way or the other. All hauling is stopped. Oh, and there's the V2s. They're just gonna... No place to attack, no place to withdraw to. And Templar's gonna call it. So there you have it. In 2 rounds. Campaign player killer. Kira advances. Black Templar is eliminated. Brings us to our next matchup. The Iceman, easy peasy, versus the Mogul of Mayhem, Rashnagar 206. But first, the mini-map replay, brought to you by Articon. Alright, getting right into it. PZ versus Rashnagar 206. Query. The Spiral of Doom. So, PZ will take north, and Rashnagar 206 will take south. PZ building back. Always wanted to make sure his economy is solid. Rashnagar going with a power plant to the north. Looks like he's got his barracks down. He's looking to get a quick jump on the scouting. Light it up as quick as possible. This is a big map, so it's going to be hard to get past the pickets. They're easy to establish, but he'll still have good peripherals. I like that. But I also see the economic point. Getting that war refinery up first.
Unable to confirm. Building in progress.
So the infantry duel is afoot. In our first matchup, the Iceman, the Mogul of Mayhem. Rashnagarians coming up. PZ's on it. Excellent micromanagement. These guys are both experts at the micro, as well as they both prefer large-scale mechanized combat. So they're great with micro, but they're definitely macro players. But not sloppy macro. You're not going to see any of that. You're going to see a lot of jockeying for position, a lot of troop movement, a lot of defensive line work. It's going to be who controls the passes. This is just going to be a technically excellent game. I can feel it. The styles are very similar. They're both excellent at what they do. Frankly, this could go either way. Alright, we've got 2 more factories down there. It looks like PZ's at 3, so they're both at 3. Both snaking straight to the center. A small buggy force up there. Alright, so Rashnagar 206 is moving directly with 4 buggies through the center, while PZ has 5 looking for the north breakthrough points. Both have the same idea here. Rashnagar's got 4 in his base, but he looks like he's switching to the middle. PZ is knocking back the snake line and then withdrawing. So let's take a look at this again. These guys are just very aggressive. Very aggressive indeed. Both looking to attack right away. Very Mongolian. Genghis would be proud. The Khan would be happy. So, PZ withdraws. Then the silo gets set. Everything is set back just a little bit. That little strike. There is an infantry there. we have isolation in the middle now. There's flamethrowers getting isolated, cut down by the buggies, getting divided in the pass. Re-attacks in the north, but pulls off. Stringing out Rashnagar's units, keeping that group from being able to engage. And then meanwhile, he's still, that first group that got the overmatch in the bottom part here. You look at this, these wolves. Oh, these are hungry. Very hungry. Look at this isolation. 3 sets of flamethrowers. As soon as the blue has done its job, that group withdraws. This group's on even terms here. Using every inch. Look at those civilians taking one for the team. I love it. Absolutely love it. Now they withdraw. In relatively decent form. Regroup with the fresh units. Rashnagar has to withdraw. He now sees he's overmatched and he's being chased back up the canyon. Looking to group up, but he also has to watch this because right there, PZ can go swing to the right or cut up the middle. Meanwhile, PZ migrates his battle group in the north and attacks the Hulling once again. Brilliant. Saw a flamethrower there. Isolating units here, drawing them into concentrated fire zones. And then clogging up the entire middle and keeping it occupied. Well, knocking out that refinery. Bloody brilliant. Wow. And then getting the isolation of the stragglers. Let's go back and look at this again. Here it comes. He's got a flamethrower. He's got 4 buggies. He's nobody covering that. He does not get the hauler. But that hauler now has to migrate to the next available refinery, which is in the middle. Now, as soon as the blue starts moving in, Rashnagar's moving up. These troops, if you watch the minimap, they're going right back to the north to join up with their reinforcements. But center control. It's no coincidence which lanes he takes. He likes to leave himself options. Because he can go various directions with either of those battle groups. Rashnagar trying to form up, but as you can see, he's getting strung out. So now there's a heavy concentration, picking off stragglers, and again attacking the Hulling. With an immediate overmatch that Rashnagar must react to. He has the units, he just can't get them where he needs them in the pinpoint location. Nice defensive line there. Full coverage, full zone coverage. Shredding these Rashnagar units with nice concentrated fire. And then strikes to the north. Winning on both fronts by keeping the force divided. So let's look at this again. Beautiful, beautiful technique here. He's got a defensive line, he's totally covered. Puts the pressure on the middle. Rashnagar having to react. And then strikes north. Totally unopposed. Rashnagar did a great job of snaking up there, but PZ's looking at setting it back now, so. But he's not targeting anything specific. He's waiting for those units to straggle in. Oh, and now he's targeting the refineries on both sides, so. Ooh, you can see that from earlier. This guy's waiting because the other refinery was locked out, was shut down, and the other one was locked up, so he went to the middle. Now he doesn't have a refinery, he's back and forth. This is where the financial economic advantage is clearly in favor of PZ. And this group is just funneling into a concentrated kill zone. Rashnagar sees the writing on the wall and says, all right, let's move on. Next game, please. Which I can appreciate. He's got 2 spread out. PZ had a decisive overkill. I mean, those add up. 65 kills to 42, so that's a lot of buggies. A couple of haulers in there. It's just tough. It's very tough. This is why they call him, well, I call him. I don't know if anyone else does, but I call him the Iceman. I imagine other people would agree with me, though. Very calm, very cool, very collective. Never misses a beat. All right, so match 2. Here we go. Rashnagar on the north. Deploys instantly. Hauling from the right, looking to expand left. PZ takes the Sweet Ridge. Going for field position. Probably move to the center pretty quickly here. Rashnagar again, looking to get early recons out. PZ securing his economic as being his top priority, so.
Building. New construction options. Unable to confirm. Building in progress. Unit ready.
Infantry duel is afoot.
Unit ready.
Made first contact.
Building. Unit ready.
PZ getting some flamethrowers out there.
Building.
Rashnagar's a good idea where he's heading now, so there wasn't any question.
In progress.
But he definitely has a slight recon advantage at the moment. Got a scout moving down the left side. Might slip past, as well as PZ has his scouts pushing up on the north, coming over, swinging to the right, so. All right, we have our first airstrip from Rashnagar. All right, so Rashnagar going with trikes early. PZ's putting in that extra refinery before he goes. So he's going to be slightly behind. But he's at 3 refineries in good position. They're both at 3 refineries. Rashnagar 206 is now forming up a strike force. And with his superior, recon on this, it's going to allow him to maneuver. All right, that group is moving to the left. He's going after something. He's got the buggy in his base. He's now lighting him up. He's just become aware. Let's take a look at this again. So, airstrip goes down. He's already got 2 trikes. PZ will start to pump out buggies from here. Well, Rashnagar will go trikes all the way. Rashnagar has the better view, so he can see where the base is lining up, and he knows basically what he's looking for, even if he can't see it directly. So PZ's buggy moves up. Rashnagar sends his group. I'll also send some flamethrowers over there too. PZ's pumping out buggies as fast as he can. The bikes are a little strung out, but he has a good idea. He's going for the yacht, exactly. And that is an almost impossible force to stop in the right hands. I don't think that he's going to stop this yard from going down. He doesn't want to let it go down. It's early in the game. It's very early for that, and he can't even get it sold. Beautiful strike. Beautiful lightning strike. Well, this definitely puts PZ on his heels. He'll have to readjust his strategy now. But he does have, look at that, he's got a total of 5 haulers going. Rashnagar is still working with 3. He has been producing buggies in anticipation. He pulls his flamethrowers back. PZ starts to form up. Let's see what they do from here. I'm assuming Rashnagar will want to push. Yes, he's got a turret down. He's looking to get the advantage of the yard and the ability to defend himself with turrets and then expand out, while PZ only has limited resources and can only do limited motion. If this goes long game, it will be in Rashnagar's favor for sure. PZ knows this, so he can't really waste any time here. He's grouped everything he's got. Rashnagar's got a nice defensive line there. He's excellent at working infantry though. Rashnagar is going for his power, looking to weaken him up. So, PZ strikes. That's 1 turret down. Rashnagar takes out a power though. But it looks like that group basically disintegrates. Alright, I can already see those reinforcements are moving up. He's got a pretty even matchup at the moment by avoiding that first turret. Slight movement. Making them string down. Beautiful, beautiful handling of the units here. Keeping out of turret range. Still managing to get the overmatch, even though the numbers are technically in favor, or at least were just a moment ago. Now definitely in favor of Rashnagar. But then he's got more infantry, cheap to produce. Takes a while to get there, but regrouping, looking to pull Rashnagar's buggies down out of turret range and then converge. Rashnagar was hoping to get the flamethrowers on him, but that cost him a few buggies. He has sold his yard because he is economically now seeing that there's a problem. Yeah, there's a lot of, ooh, that was a beautiful, look at those flamethrowers. They did their job. Rashnagar looking to counter now. He can get to the root of this problem. He can just get to the root of it. Maybe he can stop the hordes of little infantrymen coming through. Came close there. He's trying. It's a hell of a shootout. Let's take a look at that again. This is just beautiful work. We've got masterful use of the buggy group. And one of the things that PZ does that I just absolutely love is that he always finds a way to withdraw and at least keep a few units to regroup with his reinforcement group. He rarely lets his entire force disintegrate. He manages them back in. He gets the most potential. He's going to take that turret down. Rashnagar's trying to get that. He gets a good amount of hits in with that flamethrower before it goes down. The other flamethrower is just not active enough. He gets a good shot in, but then he's down. And then PCM manages to pull the overmatch here against a base defense. It's just brilliant. Even though he's now overmatched, watch this. He's got some regrouping in. He's still got a few units left from that initial group. He's got another horde of infantry. Getting them in the fight, well managing, and mostly he's just grinding out. He has the economic advantage, so he's basically just grinding out Rashnagar here by keeping him contained. He's forfeiting some units, but pulling enough back. He got 3 or 4 units out of that group. He's got new infantry. Rashnagar still trying to keep the turrets as the holding strategy here. At this point, but already, PZ has an overwhelming force, which is now problematic. He's got to sell his yard. He's got to respond to that group right there. It'll be all over. Needed those flamethrowers, which did their job. By God, look at that. What an outstanding counterattack. Well done, Rashnagar. I like it. But then again, here we have it. PZ is masterful at. Well, that group did do a lot of damage. Rashnagar is racking up the kills. PZ's gone full Soviet. Full Stalin, Khrushchev, for the motherland. Get in there and die for the glory. Rashnagar's counter-striking, though. He knows he's got to get to the root of it, so he's trying. He's trying to do a breakthrough and then maybe get some type of cap on those infantry as they're popping out. But PZ's got a nice forward line rolling up on him. Oh, I see a little tech there. PZ sees it too, though. He will not survive. He says no. Oh, but look at this. We have a small, but this is almost just an afterthought. And I'm not sure, but I think he wasn't getting a good matchup there. It looked like there was 3-on-3 buggies. We'll go back and look at that. So we have this going here. Rashnagar is definitely keeping the fundamental logic just as PZ does, just as all the great players do, of, feint attacks, dual-pronged attacks, pincer movements, anywhere you can exploit, even if it's not a successful attack, if it causes the other adversary to withdraw units from the main force, then that can be beneficial in and of itself. PZ is a master at that, using small groups to string out his adversary and then lure them into fixed defense positions where he just lets them come in funneled and cuts them to pieces. Rashnagar fell victim to that last time. He's trying not to let that happen this time. He's been trying very, very hard to get a handle on this oncoming with that brilliant strike. He really wanted to use his advantage here to outbuild and long game this, but PZ has not allowed it. With a combination of vast, and this is beautiful too. Look at how he avoids. He's avoiding that whole southern side, trying to get up to the top with all those infantry. Rashnagar does a good job of getting those flamethrowers in position. Both sides doing a lot of damage here. Both sides managing their units very well. But PZ is just overtaking him with the economic unit production, which is not allowing Rashnagar to get any overmatches. And then they go for the turrets. He's got to sell that. But his great exchange there. Gets rid of the turret, but picks up. But here we go again. It's just this never-ending flood of infantry and buggies that regroup and reassault, keeping him constantly on the defensive. Now let's take a look at this again. I want to see this group here. I love how he does this. So the infantry are now going to be moving and screening the buggies, while his buggy force goes and focuses on economics, taking that refinery down with the hauler. That was painful. It's already been an uphill battle trying to keep up with this production, even though he got all those infantry. Now he's got to deal with the buggies. He has switched to minigun production, but just as that group's and then he withdraws that group. He still has 4 or 5 buggies. They're beat up, but they'll be firing in the line behind fresher units now. Rashnagar's thinking about trying to circle around. Probably going to try to flank, but PZ just represses, and he can't actually make the maneuver. So he's got to come back. PZ gets great isolation there. Rashnagar has to regroup and loses quite a bit in the process. And he's up 106, but that's just how economically superior PZ's position is with 5 refineries. And he's pumping out, he's using excellent use of infantry. They're sacrificing them. They're dying in droves, but they've done their job. Their death was worthy. This is about it. This looks like the end of the road for Rashnagar, but a hell of a journey it's been. Just want to look at this one more time here. This was the finishing touches. Rashnagar about to go try to probe and swing around and see if he could take out some key structures, but had to draw back in. His 2 groups were isolated and separated, so that group that came up was cut to pieces by this blue horde here. And then it's just the overmatch. And for all measure to make sure that there's no chance for recovery, he will systematically make sure that there's no more money coming in. And Rashnagar sees doom. He sees the end. He calls it. PZ wins. PZ advances. Rashnagar is eliminated in the semifinals of the Admirals Cup. Fantastic. Fantastic, boys. I love it. Absolutely love it. Can't wait to see the finals. And now, courtesy of Stalin Studios, the minimap. So this has been the semifinals. We have seen some exciting matches from the beginning, bringing us into week 3 here. I cannot wait to see the final championship matchup. 2 of the most talented players I have ever had the privilege of viewing. Outstanding stuff. Bloody spectacular. I'd like to thank everybody involved, all the participants, especially Danku, for his outstanding host work and management of this entire event. Would not have been possible. I encourage you all to look at the links and watch these guys on their YouTube, on their Twitch feeds. Next week, campaign player Kira, the killer of 1,000 cuts, versus the Iceman, PZ. The Admirals Cup 2021. I'm Admiral Starquest. I'm your host, and I'll see you next week. Signing off.